Today, we decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged and to continue to reduce our securities holdings.
The Governing Council today decided to keep the three key ECB interest rates unchanged.
So today we have voted to maintain bank rate at 5.25%.
After lengthy and historic monetary tightening campaigns, major central banks have finally put the brakes in 2023. The US Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, and the Bank of England all stopped hiking interest rates in the third quarter amid rising concerns over economic growth. In December 2021, the BOE became the first major central bank to begin monetary tightening since the COVID-19 pandemic. The bank had increased rates consistently until September 2023, taking its main policy rate from 0.1% to a 15-year high of 5.25%. The Fed ended its pandemic-era easy money policy in March 2022 and delivered 525 basis point hikes in 11 meetings. The target range for federal funds rate is now between 5.25% and 5.5%, the highest in more than 2 decades. And the ECB exited its negative interest rate policy in July 2022, increasing its benchmark rate 10 consecutive times to 4%. The figure is the highest since the euro was established in 1999. Tightening of credit conditions had the desired impact of these policies on cooling inflation. Consumer prices in the US, Eurozone, and the UK start growing at a slower pace after peaking in the summer of 2022. But consumer price growth still remained above the target 2% rate. Improvements on the inflation front is now giving central banks room to focus on reviving economic growth. The Federal Reserve already signaled 3 quarter-point reductions over the course of next year, sending both global stocks and government bonds surging in the last weeks of 2023. Investors now expect the Fed to start easing monetary policy as early as March, as the world's largest economy heads into a presidential election.
So I think a pause is likely, and there could be some volatility as the market and the Fed kind of work out exactly where the number of rate cuts will be, especially in the first half of the year. But we know that election years tend to actually be pretty good, contrary to what people might think. So we're pretty optimistic heading into 2024.
But the ECB and the BOE warned that it's too early to declare victory over the battle against inflation, saying that the rates will need to stay at current levels for some time. However, markets are not convinced whether the risk of recession is over or not. Omer Bakkaloglu, TRT World.